Hello, and welcome back to another edition of the SU Coaches Corner. I'm your host, Josh Klein. I have the pleasure of being joined by the head men's lacrosse coach here at Susquehanna University, and Stuart. Moan. Thanks for coming on with us, Coach.
Josh, thanks for having me back. Looking forward to it.
Oh, absolutely. The team has been really working hard for the last few weeks in preparation for the start of the season. What are some of the team goals for the upcoming campaign?
Well, I think our team, in a general sense, is a little disappointed in our team performance last year. We did not qualify for our conference playoffs. I take the top 4 teams, and it's the first time in quite a few years that we had not made the conference tournament. So I think it's been really great that that's kind of stuck with them, kind of a thorn in their side, and they've done a great job using that as motivation. We want to get back to play at that level. That's the expectations we have of ourselves. That's the expectation we have of our program for this year's team, for the people who built the program into this level, and for going forward. So it's really, and I'm a guy that likes to always take a negative and turn it into a positive. And I think my team has really followed that mindset and done a really good job. So the work ethic's been there in the weight room, our fall ball season, and and everything we do is really kind of focused on kind of getting back where we belong. So it's been great.
And in order to have a good on-field performance and to rally your message across the team, you have to have good leaders and captains in order to portray that. So, and the captains, to mention that, have been selected already for this year's squad. Can you tell us a little about the leadership that they bring to the team?
Yeah, I think we have 2 junior captains and 2 senior captains, so it's good to spread that out through the classes. And my players vote for the captains. I don't assign them, and they decide who they want to follow, who the leaders are. And I think our team did a great job in selecting some great leaders. There we have Dylan Appleback, who's our goalie, who's kind of in a leadership position by the nature of his position. And he was an all-conference player last year, and does a great job for us. He's a junior, and James Abramo is a long pole for us, who was having a great season last year, missed the second half of the season, and missed our entire conference schedule. We had an injury, a hamstring injury that kind of ended his season for him, when I thought he was, playing at an all-conference level. So yet our conference opponents, and he just did not get a chance to see him play this year. So I think he'll be a little bit of a surprise for everybody, and him working hard from that injury, personal. And I think the guys see how hard he worked back, and I think when something's taken away from you, then all of a sudden you appreciate it a little bit more. So he's working hard in everything he does to get back and be a major contributor to our team again. And so he's a great leader and does a great job in the classroom as well. And our 2 seniors, James Salonis and Andrew Porzio. Porzio's doing, again, great leadership ability. He was an attackman for us last year. We've asked him to change positions his senior year and move to a midfield, and he's that kind of guy who will do anything for the team. And so he's moved position his senior year, and he's doing a great job. And I'm really, really happy with the move. I think that's helped us improve our team by having him out there. And so, and James down there is probably the leader of that group, who is bitter about last year's results, and yet positive about changing those results from a team perspective, and being more competitive, in our conference and finishing in the top half instead of finishing in the bottom half.
And the schedule starts out with a trip down the road at Lycoming, and then 4 straight home games. How important is it in those early games to have some success and then scheduling them at home?
Well, I think the Lycoming game is kind of a fun one for us to play our geographic rival. This school that's physically closest to us, and so that puts a little spice in the game. And so, what a great way to jump right out with a game that matters because of that rivalry, and so it kind of gets everybody's attention right away, and so you can see where you start. So I think that's really a fun way to start the season off. So we're looking forward to that. I think the guys are ready, and we open up this Saturday. And then just the schedule worked out of having 4 home games. And the importance of these games, obviously all the games are important, but I think for myself and the goals that our team have, all those out-of-conference games are preparing us for our conference games. And we want to, again, preparing ourselves to be better so we can be prepared to to win some more conference games and make that conference playoff so we can compete for a conference championship.
And you put together a pretty tough non-conference schedule for the team. How do you see those games and preparing for those games help the team get ready for the landmark conference schedule later on in the season?
Yeah, and it was absolutely very definitely done with that in mind. This year we are playing the most ambitious schedule that our lacrosse program has ever done in its lacrosse history. So I made it extra hard for the guys, and keep it fun for them. We're playing 3 teams that our rankings have already come. Some teams have already played, and they put out our first national rankings this past week. And 3 of the teams were playing in the top 20 in the country. So I think that's phenomenal for us. We're going to play Washington Lee, home game later in the year. They're 20th in the country. Franklin and Marshall is 15th in the country. And we're playing York, who's 5th in the country. So I think that's going to be a great test for our guys. Get a chance. I think I have a philosophy: you only get better by playing better people. No matter what the result of those games, that experience is going to pay off for us. When we get into conference play, hopefully we're going to be a little tougher, time-tested tougher, because of you have no other choice but play up when you play a team like that, and you better rise to the occasion, and they're going to make you play your best. And so I want to let's practice playing that level. Let's play extremely competitive out of conference games, and then really be focused and prepared, and hopefully better for the experience when we start playing conference games.
And the preseason poll was just recently released. Were you surprised that your squad was just picked to finish 6th in the standings?
Surprised? I don't know. I think I've been around long enough that not too much surprises me. I can't control what the perception of my opposing coaches and the outside media is on that. I know how hard our guys are working, and I know the goals that we have. As a coach, I think we do a great job manipulating the system to our advantage. So we're ranked a little low, and I hope our team is mad about that. I hope there's a little gruffness and a little starch in our collar, because they're irritated that people, the other people, the other coaches and the other people who are looking inside of our conference are saying that you're not very good. And you're preseason coming in 6th place. So it is what it is, and let's take that and use that as motivation, and let's prove that we're better than that, and that gives us great incentive going into every conference game, that we have something to prove, and so great. So I'm not concerned about that, or we haven't thought much about it. But have I taken that? Yes. Is it posted in our locker room? Yes. Do the kids look at it every single day before they walk out to practice? Yes. And I want them to. And then go out and try to prove people wrong. And you're in control of doing that. So we use it as motivation.
Besides scoring more goals than allowing, what's going to be a key or the key for your team to be successful?
I thought it's funny. It's about goals. It's about defense, and I always bring a third element in, and I think that's emotion and passion. I think it's a great game. It's a fun game to play, a fun game to watch, because it's so spontaneous and up and down. I hope the spectators, fans come out and watch and enjoy lacrosse. If you don't understand the game totally, you can appreciate the athleticism and the speed of the game. So that's another element. I mean, we want to be committed. We want to be excited about what we're doing, and excited about holding people down to a few less goals. Excited about every goal that we score, and so there's another aspect that we think that that we think we need to bring to the table, and can make a difference in some of those close games.
We wish you and the team the best of luck going forward. I'd like to thank the head coach of the men's lacrosse team, Stuart Moan, for joining us here on the SU Coaches Corner. I'm your host, Josh Klein, and we hope to catch you next time.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.